पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्रीपादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ। अक्षस्रक्परशुङ्गदेषु कुलिशं पद्मं धनुष्कुण्डिकां दण्डं शक्तिमसिञ्च चर्मजलजं घण्टां सुराभाजनं शूलं पाशसुदर्शने च दधतीं हस्तैः प्रबालप्रभां शैवेशैरिभमर्धिनीमिह महालक्ष्मीं सरोजस्थिताम्। ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै। जयेति देवाश्च मुदा तामूचुः सिंहवाहिनीं तुष्टुवुर्मुनयश्चैनां भक्तिनम्रात्ममूर्तयः दृष्ट्वा समस्तं संक्षुब्धं त्रैलोक्यममरारयः सन्नद्धाखिलसैन्यास्ते समुत्तुस्तस्तुरायुधाः आह किमेतदिति क्रोधादाभाष्य महिषासुरः अभ्यधावत तं शब्दमशेषैरसुरैर्वृतः सददर्श ततो देवीं व्याप्तलोकत्रयान्त्विषा पादाक्रान्त्यानतभुवं किरीटोल्लिखिताम्बरां क्षोभिताशेषपातालां धनुर्जानिस्वनेन तां दिशो भुजसहस्रेण समन्ताद्व्याप्य संस्थितां ततः प्रववृते युद्धं तया देव्यासुरद्विषां शस्त्रास्त्रैर्बहुधा मुक्तैरादीपितदिगन्तरम् महिषासुरसेनानीश्चिक्षुराख्यो महासुरः युयुधे चामरश्चान्यैश्चतुरङ्गबलान्वितः रथानामयुतैः षड्भिरुदग्राख्यो महासुरः अयुध्यतायुतानाञ्च सहस्रेण महाहनुः पञ्चाशद्भिश्च नियुतैरसिलो महासुरः अयुतानां शतैः षड्भिर्भाष्कलो युयुधेरणे गजवाजिसहस्रौघैरनैकैः परिवारितः वृतो रथानां कोट्या च युद्धे तस्मिन्नयुध्यत बिडालाख्यो युतानां च पञ्चाशद्भिरथायुतैः युयुधे संयुगे तत्र रथानां परिवारितः अन्ये च तत्रायुतशो रथनागहयैर्वृताः युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या सह तत्र महासुराः कोटिकोटिसहस्रैस्तु रथानां दन्तिनां तथा हयानां च वृतो युद्धे तत्रा भून्महिषासुरः। हरिः ॐ तत्सत्। शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम शालोम साई राम नमस्ते गुड मॉर्निंग गुड आफ्टरनून गुड इवनिंग। Last week I think we stopped at Koti Koti Sahasraistu, is that correct, Chandrasekhar? Or we didn't learn that shloka?
Yeah, we stopped one before actually.
Okay, all right. So Koti Koti Sahasraistu is where we have to start today. First and foremost, my humble pranams to all of you who took the homework seriously and did the homework and also posted it to the folder. I think that is the most, and those that posted very quickly, those homeworks were deleted. Sorry, because they did not really do the homework. The homework was to read the shlokas, contemplate on the shlokas, connect to all the aspects, about 3 aspects we talked about. The demon themselves and the implication of the demon's strength, and then what is that translated to in the context of actual power of that strength, so that we actually understand how powerful these strengths are that are already present within. But they become weaknesses when they are aligned with the Rajasic, passionate Mahishasura. That's why they became demons. The strength is not the problem, but how the strength is, who is that strength serving? That's the key point. Who is that? How is that strength utilized? Is that strength utilized for the purpose of the ego mind, or is that strength utilized for the purpose of love all, serve all? How is that strength deployed? So about more than, I think at least I went through more than 15 homework sheets. And I have to say, thank you all. And many of you definitely have connected to the names of each of those demons and what that means in the context of the, whether it is a vice or a virtue, vice or a virtue. And many of you also have put the numbers correct. And so my apologies, last week, Panchashat Bihi Umaji is right, it is 50. And I also posted on the same homework sheet. For those of you who are wondering what is this homework, what is he talking about? There is a homework folder. Okay, maybe I should just share my screen so you all see what I am talking about. If you go to the DM folder where you are seeing these files, there is a homework folder, and these homeworks are being submitted there. And if you are not doing homework, you are simply a bypasser, a listener. It's like listening to any other pravachanam. That's all the purpose it serves. You can put some Shastrigal or some Chaganti or some Shanmukha Sharma. They keep talking, you keep listening. It goes through one ear and comes back, goes out of another ear. But there is no connectivity to this. And this is what we're talking about, as a student is the one who puts an effort. A bypasser or a listener is just time pass. Okay, you can see here, people have posted homeworks here. See how many people have posted their homeworks? There are new that came in, looks like very recently, but Ashok Khanna I didn't read. And all the rest of them I did go through, and thank you very much for submitting those. And here we actually are studying about every line by line. I have translated that into, where is this? Why did my screen disappear? Yes, you can see here the different numbers, and in line number 42, Ayuta Shat 60,000, Sahasra Ayuta, Panchashat Niyuta, Ayuta Shata Shat, Sahasra, Koti, Ayuta, Panchashat Ayuta. That is how those numbers are being mentioned. Increasing my screen so that you can all see like Bidala. Okay, so what does this all mean? You know, how does that, by the way, thanks to Cecilia for sending this link, which clarified number of these aspects related to numbers. Now, what does all this mean is the question, right? Oh my God, all these demons coming with this much number of, strength and everything. And what do these numbers actually mean? That's what the question Robert was asking last week. 5 billion or 50,000, how does it matter? What's the point? So when I went through the homework, there are a couple of pointers I want to give to you. Chaturanga Bala. the 4 units of the army. And the Chaturanga Bala, the 4 units of the army, as it relates to Ratha, chariots, Gaja, elephants, Vaji, horses, and then Pada, foot soldiers. These are the 4 units. I haven't seen anybody connecting to those. What is the strength of a chariot? How does that relate to me? What is the strength of an elephant? What is the strength of a horse? What is the strength of a foot soldier? So the piece that is missing from the homework is, what is the strength of each of these aspects of these characters? You all connected very nicely to the names: Chikshura, Chamara, Udagra. By the way, some people have written Udagrakhya. Akhya means name. Udagra is his name. Udagrakhya means the one named Udagra. So Chikshurakhya, his name is Chikshura, but his name is not Chikshurakhya. So you have to, when you are chanting, when you are actually paying attention to what you are chanting, all these insights will come up. So right now in study circle, we are discussing this point in Gita Vahini called, who is a disciple, who is a devotee? And Bhagavan is very beautifully describing in this Gita Vahini the difference between a disciple and a devotee. We should all become disciples of Devi Mahatyam, not devotees of Devi Mahatyam. There are zillions of devotees of Devi Mahatyam. Everybody who chants Devi Mahatyam with utmost bhakti is a devotee. And there are so many of them. The disciple is the one who takes the lessons from Devi Mahatyam and tries to bring them into practice in our own daily lives. So Swami says very nicely, I have millions and millions of devotees, but very few disciples. Very few disciples. Devotee is a bhajan leader, releasing a bhajan every Sunday at a Sai center. Disciple is the one who uses the bhajan to release himself from the bondage. Release a bhajan, use the bhajan to release himself. So when you come back to this question about what are these, by the way, we have covered only 8 here, but later on in the next chapter, there will be a few more, 7 more that will be entering into the scene. And when you look at this strength of each of these guys, that's where homework number 2, those who have already posted the homework, extend the homework. Actually ask the question, oh, what is this strength that we have within us? What does it mean that we have? So for this, you have to actually understand that, metaphorically speaking or extrapolating, a chariot is the bodily strength. Physical strength is the chariot. Elephantine memory, incredible memory power, and a mind that can race like a horse. And a foot soldier means the one who has the endurance. Physical strength is one thing, and there is endurance of strength is another thing. These are the 4 units of strength within us. The power of memory of an intellect and the speed of a mind that can think so fast, combined with physical strength and endurance. And now go back and tally 60,000 chariots. Who is that? 60,000 chariots. Who is that? Come on. You all did the homeworks. 60,000 chariots is Udagra. Udagra. And that 60,000 chariots is the power of someone, the physical strength to raise to the top, always using physical strength. That is Udagra. Now you can do the math. You can now do the homework. I gave the pointers. I won't tell you everything. This is the actual homework. Now the question is, I mean, Margaret can't join these calls because it's too late in Australia, but she did a phenomenal job on creating some pictures, which I posted also in the homework folder. Take a look at them. It's really so amazing to see how much effort goes into this. And this is the reason why this group is called Veda Study. It is study together, looking at something together, because it's not one person talking or chanting or whatever. It is really together. We have to come together. And in the context of what she was writing, she was asking the question, how am I mean, I don't connect to these demons or all these negative qualities. And the point here is, to begin with, it is not the strength that is the problem. So you have to recognize. So you have to recognize how much strength. Mahahanu means the one who has this incredible articulative power. And that incredible articulative power is the capacity to convince 10 million people right at the shot. That is Mahahanu. Are there people like that around us? Have we known people that have the ability to manipulate millions and billions of people? 100% yes. The Bidala being the cunning cat-like one who has the capacity to manipulate 5 billion minds. That's the capacity of that. And of course, there are intellectuals that have that capacity. Many of that intellect used for their own self-promotion and ego. Nothing related. And in the context of that, it's 99% associated with ego play. Very few intellectuals actually use that power for love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. So now you can imagine this Devi or the Devas are faced with this incredible power of the chiefs of their armies. And we are not even talking about Mahishasura. We are talking about just their army chiefs. So as Chandrasekhar wrote in his homework very nicely, you should all read other people's homeworks also so that you can learn what you missed. Before the manifestation of this supreme, bullish, passionate, Rajasic mind, all these are manifesting or come together with that Rajasic mind to fight against anything that they come across. So there are 14 strengths. Strengths they are for sure, but they are misaligned with this Rajasic, bullish, egoistic mind, ahankara, false identification with that mind. All these qualities have identified themselves with that Rajasic, passionate, bully mind. Are you all following me? Are we all looking at this together? Yes. I see some heads like this, some heads like this. Okay. Now, here is the thing. Some people say, "Arey yaar, this is also obvious. I already figured this out. Why should I actually put it on a piece of paper? मैं तो realize हो गया. I have already realized. This is so obvious." But the one who actually puts it on a piece of paper has nailed it. Just try to think how much thinking we do. and try to put it on a piece of paper. If you are an amazing articulator, at the most you can put 10% of what you think on a piece of paper. At most, that's a genius. People cannot even put 0.1% of what they think on a piece of paper. If you don't write it down, you haven't nailed it. Do you think I was sending all those notes before because I wanted to show off how much I know? No. Writing down on a piece of paper. When you're actually, Cecilia did a good job. I mean, she actually took each shloka, she wrote her own notes on it and put it on a piece of paper. And it's very hard to do from Spanish to English. And therefore, why am I pointing this out? There are so many tendencies within us. Fear, insecurity, this and that, false identifications, all of that stuff. We don't have the courage to face them 99.9% of the time. Some fear comes, you escape from it and it will go somewhere else. It will go somewhere else. It will go somewhere else. If you sit down and write down that piece of fear on a paper, actually put it in words, look at it, it's a huge awareness transformation process. It's an amazing transformation process. I'm assuring you. Because it doesn't exist actually. When you try to write it down, put words to it, etc. Then some people say, oh, no, you don't want to do that because you are giving energy to that negativity that is within you. No, you are actually destroying the negativity that is within you by actually bring it right in front of you, face it, fight it, and finish it. I don't want to turn this into a psycho counseling class. But what we are actually talking about is, what are these demons? What are their strengths? Why are we looking? I mean, who cares how much strength they have? Like Robert asked. Now you know how powerful those strengths are. And they're all within you. But are they aligned with your sattvic mind? Or are they serving the rajasic mind? Are we clear? Are we connecting to this? Yes, Prasad?
Chaturveda? Yes, Anna.
All the four Vedas together?
Only names, Anna. I only know names.
Okay, what's the question is?
So those numbers, do they actually have any, like, just like Robert said, do they have a physical significance in as parts of our body or anything like that?
So if you have so if you look at those numbers, a focused mind, what it is pointing out, asiloma, for example. Asiloma means what? The guy? Hello, come on. By this time.
Hair like a sword, like hair.
Hair like sword. And it's like the easiest way to imagine is a porcupine. There are people that have negativity that is equivalent to of an asiloma that can actually is equivalent to 50 million minds. If one mind has a negativity that it distracts people, repels people, there are people that have a capacity to repel instantaneously 50 million minds. So how is that quantified as? That much of negativity that guy has. Unapproachable negativity. Yeah. Do we know people like that? That at least I heard there was somebody by name Steve Jobs. that had the ability to repel that many number of instantaneously. I'm not trying to characterize him or not trying to. What I'm trying to say is, yes, there is that much of capacity to negate that many minds, number of minds. Yeah. Now, it's a relative strength. How much negativity it can harbor, how much of memory it can harbor, how much of physical strength you can have, how much of endurance that you can have of the mind and the body. All of this is what is at war. All of this, when you compute, that is what is at war. Okay. Let's get to, yes, Sairama, you can share the screen now. Anye cha tatra yutasho ratha naga hayair vrutah yuyudh sanyuge devya sahatatra mahasuraha koti koti sahasraistu.
Koti koti
No, Sairam,
sahasrai.
please mute.
Koti koti sahasraistu. Koti koti sahasraistu.
Rathanan dantinan tatha.
Rathanan dantinan tatha. Rathanan dantinan tatha.
Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe.
Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe. Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe.
Tatra bhun mahishasuraha.
Tatra bhun mahishasuraha. Tatra bhun mahishasuraha.
Koti koti sahasraistu. Rathanan dantinan tatha. Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe. Tatra bhun mahishasuraha.
Koti koti sahasraistu rathanan dantinan tatha. Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe tatra bhun mahishasuraha. Koti koti sahasraistu rathanan dantinan tatha. Hayanan cha vruto yuddhe tatra bhun mahishasuraha.
Accompanied by koti koti sahasra. 10 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of 3. Do the math. Chariots, rathanam, dantinam, elephants, hayanam, horses, surrounded by all these. Mahishasura was there at the battlefield, accompanied by all these. Not only that, Tomaraha, Bhindipala, Shaktibhihi, Musalaha, Khadga, Parashupatishai. All these are the weapons. Tomara, all different types of weapons they were carrying. Maces, spears, clubs, javelins, swords, axes. All these are translations of those words. Tomara, Bhindipala, Shakti, Musala, Khadga, Parashu, Patti, Sha. तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च
तोमरैर्भिण्डिपालैश्च
Bhindi, not bhindi.
Hindi.
Bhindi.
तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च
शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा
शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा
युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या
युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या
खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः
खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः
तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः
तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः तोमरैर्भिन्दिपालैश्च शक्तिभिर्मुसलैस्तथा युयुधुः संयुगे देव्या खड्गैः परशुपट्टिशैः
केचिच्च चिक्षुपुः शक्तिः केचित् पाशांस्तथा अपरे देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः सम् केचित् च चिक्षुपुः some threw spears kechiccha chikshupu shakti they threw the shakti is that veils the spears kechit pasham statha pare some threw the nooses devim khadga praharaistu attacking the Devi with their swords, tam hantum prachakramuhu. They moved forward to attack the Devi and to kill her. Hantum prachakramuhu. Kechichachikshupushakti.
केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष् sorry केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष्शक्ति
No. One more time.
केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष्शक्ति
Chikshipushakti.
केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष्शक्ति केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष्शक्ति
केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे
केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे
देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु
देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु
ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः
ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः
केचिच्चक्षुपुशक्तिः केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः
केचिच्चचिक्षिपुष्शक्ति केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु प्रहारैस्तु ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः केचिच्च चिक्षिपुः शक्तिः केचित् पाशांस्तथा परे देवीं खड्गप्रहारैस्तु ते तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः
सा अपि देवी ततः तानि शस्त्राणि अस्त्राणि चण्डिका लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद निज शस्त्र अस्त्र वर्षिणी. These pronunciation of these words like this automatically invokes the bija perfectly that is embedded in this. And therefore now when you are the previous one, when we were chanting ke chicha chikshu shakti, if you can't say that properly, then you won't invoke the exact sound vibration that creates that energy. Sa api devi tataha tani shastrani astrani chandika. Then Chandika herself started showering her own weapons. Leelayaiva prachicheda nija shastrastra varshini. She cut Leelayaiva. Leela means Leela means like a play. Playfully, she completely cut into pieces. Prachicheda. Chicheda means Chicheda means to break it apart. Prachicheda means completely breaking them into pieces. The arms and the missiles that were thrown by the asuras. Sapi devi tatastani.
सापि देवी ततस्तानि सापि देवी ततस्तानि
शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका
शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका
लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद
लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद
निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी
निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी
सापि देवी ततस्तानि शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी.
सापि देवी ततस्तानि शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका
Shastra, how you are saying then it is na there, not na. Okay, one more time.
सापि देवी ततस्तानि शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी सापि देवी ततस्तानि शस्त्राण्यस्त्राणि चण्डिका लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेद निज शस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणी.
And in doing this, the mother had absolutely no sign of fatigue. Fatigue, I think it said. Anayastanana Devi. Stuyamana surarshibihi mumocha deheshu shastrani astrani cha ishwari. Without any sign of strain. Anayastanana. Anana means face. Anayastanana means a face without any sign of strain. Stuyamana surarshibihi. Mumochasura deheshu shastrani astrani cha ishwari. Stuyamana surashibhi. All these devas, rishis, praising her. Mumocha asura deheshu shastrani astrani cha ishwari. She released on their bodies various types of missiles and weapons. Mumocha means release. Asura deheshu, on the bodies of the demons. Shastrani astrani cha ishwari. Anayastanana devi.
Anayastanana devi. Anayastanana devi.
Stuyamana surarshibihi.
Stuyamana surarshibihi. Stuyamana surarshibihi.
Mumocha suradeheshu.
Mumochasura deheshu. Mumochasura deheshu.
Shastranyastrani cheshwari.
Shastranyastrani cheshwari. Shastranyastrani cheshwari.
Anayastanana devi. Stuyamana surarshibihi. Mumocha suradeheshu. Shastranyastrani cheshwari.
Anayastanana devi. Stuyamana surarshibihi. Mumochasura deheshu. Shastranyastrani cheshwari. Anayastanana devi. Stuyamana surarshibihi. Mumochasura deheshu. Shastranyastrani cheshwari.
Sa api kruddhaha dhutasato devya vahana kesari chacharasura sainyeshu vaneshviva hutashanaha. The lion, who is the vehicle of the mother, Devya Vahana, vehicle of the mother, Kesari, Kesari means the lion. Sa api kruddhaha dhutasato. He angrily shook his mane, which is this hair, and stood amidst the army of the Asuras like a forest fire. Chacha asura sainyeshu vaneshviva hutashanaha. Hutashana is fire. Hutashana is fire. Vaneshviva hutashanaha means like fire, forest fire. Chacharasura sainyeshu started moving in the armies of these asuras like a fire in the forest. That means he shook his mane and started attacking them like a forest fire. Sopi kruddho dhutasato.
Sopi kruddho dhutasato. Sopi kruddho dhutasato.
Devya vahana kesari.
Devya vahana kesari. Devya Vahana Kesari
चचारासुरसैन्येषु
Chacharasurasainyeshu
वनेष्विव हुताशनः
Banesh Vivahutashanaha Banesh Vivahutashanaha
सोऽपि क्रुद्धो धुतसटो देव्या वाहनकेसरी चचारासुरसैन्येषु वनेष्विव हुताशनः
Sopi kruddho duthasato devya vahana kesari chacharasura sainyeshu banesh vibahutashanaha. Sorry. Sopi kruddho dutasato devya Sopi kruddho dhutasato devya vahana kesari chacharasura sainyeshu banesh vibahutashanaha.
निश्वासान् मुमुचे यांश्च युध्यमानः रणे अंबिका युध्यमाना रणे अंबिका त एव सद्यः सम्भूता गणाशतसहस्रशः. Then fighting in the battle, Yudhyamana, Rana, Ambika, goddess Ambika, sent out Nishwasan Mumucheyamscha, many sighs or heaves, whether we should call them sighs and heaves, they're both the same, many sighs, like that. And when she did that, the eva sadhyah sambhuta, just from her inhalation, from her exhalations, and in sighs, from those exhalations were born shatasahasrashaha, hundreds and thousands of ganas sambhuta, masses of soldiers or troops emanated from her nishvasa mumuche yamscha. Nishwasan mumuche, mumuche means released. From the release of the sighs in the middle of that battle of Ambika, immediately started emanating with these nishwasas turned into hundreds of thousands of bhuta ganas, which is the gana here means masses of soldiers. Nishwasan mumucheyamscha.
Nishwasan mumucheyamscha Nishwasan mumucheyamscha
Yudhyamana ranembika.
Yudhyamana ranembika Yudhyamana ranembika
Ta eva sadyas sambhuta.
Ta eva sadyas sambhuta Ta eva sadyas sambhuta
Ganashatasahasrashah.
Ganashatasahasrashah Ganashatasahasrashah
Nishwasan mumucheyamscha yudhyamana ranembika. Ta eva sadyas sambhuta ganashatasahasrashah.
Nishwasan mumucheyamscha yudhyamana ranembika Ta eva sadyas sambhuta ganashatasahasrashah. Nishwasan mumucheyamscha yudhyamanarણेऽम्बिका ta eva sadyah sambhuta gana shatasahasrashah.
Yuyudhus te parashu bhindipala asi pattishaihe nashayanto asuraganaan devi shaktyupabrumhitaah. The mother Yuyudhuste, she fought with these great Asuraganas. Oh, and they fought with axes again. Parashu, javelin is Bhindipala, Asi means sword, Pattisha means sharp-edged spears, Nashayanto, Asuraganan, Devi, Shaktyupabrumhitah. The troops destroyed Asuras with the support of Devi's potency. So all these troops, Ganas, that emanated from her size, they fought with the axes, etc. And the Gana troops came from the Shakti's potency, destroyed the Asura Ganas. Yuyudhuste parashubhir.
Yuyudhuste parashubhir. Yuyudhuste parashubhir.
Bhindipalasi pattishaihe.
Bhindipalasi pattishaihi. Bhindipalasi pattishaihi.
Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihe.
Yuyudhuste parashubhir Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihi. Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihi.
Nashayanto suraganan.
Nashayanto suraganan. Nashayanto suraganan.
Devi shaktyupabrumhitaah.
Devi Shaktyupabrimhitaah. Devi Shaktyupabrimhitaah.
Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihe. Nashayanto suraganan Devi shaktyupabrumhitaah.
Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihi. Nashayanto suraganan Devi Shaktyupa.
Your internet is taken over by some asura.
Dhuste Nashayanto.
Sairama. Your internet is taken over by some asura. Okay, that's a good place to stop because his internet is shaky. You all heard him. Yuyudhuste parashubhir bhindipalasi pattishaihe nashayanto suraganan Devi Shaktyupa Brumhitaah. Now that will let us pause there and then we'll continue tomorrow with the rest of the chapter. How many shlokas are there in this? Another 10, 15 we have? Yes, probably another 10. So we should be able to finish this chapter hopefully tomorrow. And if you have any questions, please write them down. Today we won't go through the Shakti, 15 more. So I'm just looking at, there is no, yes, Chitrangabala as a Samabheda Dana Dandopaya. Okay, I have to think about that. Okay, let's close with, are there any burning questions? that you can't sleep.
So it is bindi or binda, because in Sanskrit it is binda 2 times. It's not bindi. So maybe correction needed.
Huh?
In the Sloka 48 and earlier, it is it's binda, and we are chanting bindi. So
who is
Sanskrit is corrected.
Who is saying binda?
In Sanskrit it is binda. It's not that.
Manisha ji, there is a bindi in Sanskrit.
Yeah, please check carefully. It has to be bindi.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, it has to be bindi palasi, not binda. Okay, but bindas is different meaning in Hindi. Okay, all right. That's a simple question. Let's close with Kshama Prarthana. Om यतक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ओम तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेण मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान।